Okay, again, guys, we're going to rock and roll here. I'm going to give everybody about 4 minutes and counting. This is the 369 Financial Transformation. And I definitely appreciate you guys for joining our 369 Financial Transformation. We're going to rock and roll here shortly. Just sit tight. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk finances. We're going to talk money. And all I can say is this is the place to be. What's up, Katrina? What's up, Kenya? What's up, Pat? What's up, Shayna? I see you. Carla Watson, I see you. Sharon Hurd, Monique, I appreciate it. What's up, Kenya? What's up, Rashad? Let your teams know to grab that link. And my name is Brian Bean. I appreciate you guys for joining us on the webinar tonight. I appreciate your patience. I'll make up for lost time, guys. Don't worry. Getting wealthy is one of the easiest things you can do when you understand these strategies. All right. So if you can see my screen, please do me a favor and type cash flow, and I'll be ready to rock and roll in less than 3 minutes. All right, Katrina. What's up, Kenya? Pat, Monique, I got you. Rashad, I got you. Angela, I see you. Chuck, I see you. For those who don't know, we're here today to talk strategy, not sales. We're gonna give you guys a full-fledged understanding of what it takes to be successful in this country financially. If you guys are brand new, I want you guys to understand you're in the right place at the right time. You're dealing with a group of people who understand money, who understand wealth, who understand exactly what it takes. And we want to give all you guys a better understanding on how to be successful in this country of ours and in this system known as capitalism. Now, here's the reality of the situation. I want you guys to understand that everybody on this webinar got on for one reason and one reason only, and that's to improve your finances. A lot of people try to do it through sales. A lot of people try to do it via getting a part-time job. A lot of people try to get it or become financially successful by going back to school. But what I want everybody on this webinar to understand is success is very, very simple. The first thing you got to do is understand that you got to surround yourself with people who are successful. That's the first thing. Most of us learn about money from somebody who didn't have a whole lot of money. So what we end up doing is we end up getting upset with our situation because we love our parents and we love our friends, but we have to realize at some point that the things they taught us at the dinner table just were not necessarily true. So I personally didn't change my finances until I realized one thing, and I want you guys to write this down. Strategy over sales. I want you to write down the word strategy over sales. And when you can hear me and understand the word strategy, I want you to type strategy in the chat. The reason I say that is because 99.9% of the population can't stay motivated. 99.9% of the population can't sell. 99.9% of the population will never be able to make $1 million through their actual network. But the majority of the population can make money using a strategy. So here are the two goals in America you need to have. I want you guys to write this down. One is your current income has to be paid for by your labor. What that basically means is everybody has a current lifestyle that they've identified for themselves, and they usually go to work to get that accomplished. What you must understand is that your future lifestyle has to get accomplished as well. But your future lifestyle can't be accomplished with labor. It has to be accomplished with investments. Now, why is this important? Because someday you're not going to want to work. You're not going to want to bust a clock. You're not going to want to go to bed because you got to get up. And you're not going to want to get up because you just got out of bed. Here is the reality of the situation. There are 4 things keeping people from hitting their financial goals. 4 things. And I want to make sure this is clear. In capitalism, once you understand what's keeping you from being successful, then you'll understand why most people will never, ever, ever make it past a job. Because they don't understand the rules of capitalism. You got your 2 objectives, but now I got to show you the 4 reasons most people will never, ever, ever succeed financially. Reason number 1 is inflation. Okay? Inflation is the silent income killer. Now, what that means is real simple. Inflation takes the majority of your income because most people don't realize it, but as long as you're getting paid one type of income, which is usually from a job, the companies around you will always improve their finances by increasing their prices. See, the sooner you get that, the faster you're going to get wealthy. Business owners can crank up how much money they make by increasing their prices. But employees can't crank up how much money they make by asking their boss. So as long as you're making money on what's called linear income and not residual income or passive income, you would never, ever be able to overcome inflation because the price or the cost of living goes up every single day. You see on this slide right here, it says the value of the dollar is now worth 73 cents. So what that means is the dollar today is not getting you the things that it was getting you 10 years ago, maybe not even 5 years ago. You look at gas prices, you look at daycare, you look at healthcare, you look at education. You see it all around you. So how in the world, guys, are we ever going to meet our second financial objective if the bottom line is we are barely meeting our first financial objective and we're working? I want you guys to take notes on this real quick. Companies don't pay you more when you leave. I want you to make sure you put that somewhere on a sheet of paper. Companies don't pay you more when you leave. A company 9 times out of 10 is going to pay you less when you leave. So if you're making less money or not happy while you're working, what makes you think you're going to be happy off less money? So the first thing we got to do is give you a strategy to overcome inflation. It doesn't matter how much you try to bust the clock. It doesn't matter how much money you make. If you can't increase your income, you are done in this country. We're talking about the 4 challenges. Now, challenge number 2 is taxes. Taxes. The reason taxes is serious is because, write this down, taxes take the first 1/3 of your income. All right, if you can hear me, I want you to type in 1/3, like a fraction, in the chat room. So I know that you're still with me. Type in 1/3. When you understand that you work for the federal government for 4 months out the year, which is 1/3 of the year, then you'll start to understand why everybody's so frustrated. It's because of the 1/3 that comes off the top. So by the time the government is done with you, you only have about 2/3 left because Uncle Sam gets his money from the beginning. You have to position yourself in this country where you're not overpaying taxes. So if you type 1/3 in the chat like a fraction, I know that you're saying, never again will I give the government 1/3 of my income, overpay my taxes, and then wonder why I'm struggling. It's because taxes are really, believe it or not, the biggest expense most Americans have is taxes. Now, let me move on because I got a lot to cover and I got to educate you guys quickly here. Challenge number 3 is debt. Debt takes the second third of your income. Now, why is that? I want you to put this in your notes. Taxes cause debt. Taxes cause debt. Now, why is that? Well, because the government, if they didn't take the money off the top, you wouldn't have to borrow so much money on the bottom. See, I want you guys to understand the government and the banks have figured this thing out. They say, listen, one of us will get them in the front and then one of us will get them in the back so that the middle class is constantly in the middle. Just enough to function, but not enough to quit. Just enough to function, but not enough to quit. And guys, I'm gonna tell you something, that's most people. Just enough to function, but not enough to quit. You see what I'm saying? 2 biggest expenses in your household is the debt and it's the taxes. It's not your cell phone bill. It's not your wife eating out. It's not your husband's spending habits. It's not the flat screen TV. The debt and the taxes take up 2/3 of your income. So here's the question. If the debt and taxes take up 2/3 of your income, what in the world are you going to do with the final third that you do receive? You see, most people miss this. By the time you get paid, which is generally the final third of your income, because the government took 1/3 and the banks took a second third, by the time you get your money, guess what happens? You ready to spend it on the 3rd challenge or 4th challenge, which is big business. See, big business now says, okay, you got to have the new iPhone. You got to have the new curved TV. You already got the flat screen. Why don't you upgrade? You see what I'm saying? You already got the iPhone 6. We changed Siri's voice, so you need to get the 7. You already got the iPad, but now you got to get the iPad mini. You just came out of Thanksgiving, but now you got to celebrate Christmas. You just came out of Christmas, but now you got to celebrate New Year's. You just came out of New Year's, but now you got to celebrate Valentine. You just came out of Valentine's, but now the kids are going on spring break. You see? Now you came out of spring break, you got Easter, then you got Mother's Day, then you got Father's Day, then you got 4th of July, then you got back to school. The bottom line, guys, is big business makes you play. Big business forces you to participate. Whether you want to believe that or not, big business says, hey, you're going to play by the rules of our game, and we're going to make you struggle as a result. And then look, we wonder why people and corporations have billions and billions of dollars. So you got to remember this, guys. It's not that capitalism and living in this country is hard. What it is you don't understand the 4 things, and they don't teach you the 4 things that are keeping you broke. Thank God we got a solution. Okay. The solution is simple. We believe in strategy over sales. What you guys need to understand and get in your mind right now is that most people can't do this. Most people can't sell. Most people can't stay motivated. Most people don't have good mentors. Most people don't have a great product. Most people can't take rejection. But let me tell you guys something everybody can do. Everybody can take some numbers, put them into a strategy. Everybody can get an interest rate. Everybody can set a goal. Everybody can take an extra $500 to $1,000 a month and put it in an investment account, getting 12, 14, 16%. Okay. So what you got to realize is that you get wealthy you don't make $1 million with $1 million. You make $1 million $500 at a time. Type in the chat room, $500 at a time. You get wealthy $500 at a time. You get wealthy $1,000 at a time. If I can show everybody on this webinar how to save an extra $600 to $800 a month in taxes, pay off all your credit cards, your mortgage and your car notes and your student loans, not overnight, but it takes time. Then take the money you've saved in taxes and the money you've saved in debt and show you where the banks are putting your money. Can everybody on this phone make their first $1 million? I want you to type in the chat, my first million. You understand what I'm saying? You deserve it. It's yours and we're going to get it. I want you to type in the chat, my first million. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to give you the strategy that wealthy people use. All right. It's real simple. I found myself in a situation where I was broke as a joke, earning 3 figures every 2 weeks. Then I went to 4. Then I went to 5. Then I went to 6. And I retired at 22. Why? Because I had mentors who taught me about strategy. Here's the reality. The strategy we're going to teach you guys is called the 369 financial transformation. Now, why is this important? Because we're going to take 3 months and help you clean up your cash flow. Remember, cash flow is bigger than income. There are 3 ways to increase your cash flow. 1, you got to minimize your taxes. We talked about that. 2, you got to minimize your debt. We talked about that. 3, you got to minimize your expenses. That's big business. We talked about that. See, guys, here's the reality. To get wealthy, everybody in this country can get wealthy. But to do it, you got to get your money back from the people that are stopping you from getting wealthy. You see, it's not about getting in debt going back to school. It's not about getting a part-time job. It's not about hustling in the streets. It's about seeing who beat you to your money. So what we do is simple. We're going to teach you a concept called cash. We're going to get you some cash. Then we're going to show you how to buy, build, or grow an asset and get that asset to generate you some more cash. If you adopt that in your life, you're going to get wealthy. What broke people do is they adopt this into their life. They get some cash, then they get a tax refund, then they get some debt, and then they go spend money on some expenses. So they never get to part 2, which is asset, which is the business. Broke people get some cash, overpay taxes and get a tax refund, then go out and charge up things they can't afford on credit cards and pay for things 2 and 3 times. Then they run up their expenses by getting every cell phone they need, every flat screen they need, can't stop eating out, can't stop going to the movies, can't stop buying new cars, can't stop getting in debt, paying more car insurance. And then you wonder why we don't have people in this country with enough money to retire. Guys, do me a favor. type no more if you tired of people taking advantage of you. I got to know you with me. I see what you're saying in the chat, but I need you to type no more, because no more means never again would I let capitalism take advantage of me. See, you were trained to contribute to capitalism, but not participate in it. Okay, I heard one of my business partners, Mr. Rico McDaniel, said that one day at one of his events, and it just stood out because it's the absolute truth. You were trained to contribute to capitalism, but nobody's ever trained you to participate in capitalism. So you got to give me a no more. You got to understand that. So here's the next step. It's not $6.99 to learn this stuff. It's not $3.99. It's not $2.99. It's not $1.99. Look, before I tell you how inexpensive this is, I want y'all to really hear me on this. I want you to write down $34.95 a month. $34.95 a month. And then I want you to write down 4 things: strategy, software, okay, system, and success. Strategy, software, system, and success. Once you invest $99, a one-time investment of $99 and $34.95 a month helps you take advantage of the strategies we teach you, the software to implement the strategies, the systems that run your business, and the success you need financially. Now, here's what a lot of you sitting here right now saying to yourself, man, $99, but then you sent Visa $218 this month. You sent MasterCard $113. You sent your car note $386. You sent your mortgage company $1,700. You sent your landlord $985. See, what's amazing to me is people don't think they have $1 a day, which is $35 a month. And they don't think they have $99, which is about $25 a day for a year. Let me say that again. $99 is just about, 33 cents a day for a year. Why are some of the most unsuccessful people I know financially looking at this business that teaches you how to get wealthy, looking at this business that shows you the software to implement, looking at this business that gives you the reporting system? I'm gonna show you guys the commission checks. Why are some of my friends, and I stand before you as a 7-figure earner, a 7-figure net worth, why are some of my friends tripping over $34.95? You know why? Because their mentality and what they think about money and they think about themselves is trained to give it away, not spend it on you. You see, you're trained to give it away and not spend it on me. If you in the chat room, do me a favor and type me first, MEI1ST. I want to see a big me first in the chat room. See, so you're not going to get wealthy, guys, until you come first. $99. Now, let me show you something so you can understand what the 99 goes towards. This is type. First of all, your membership is more than just a business. The $34.95 went toward the following things. The cash flow manager is the software that allows you to lower your taxes. I hope everybody on this webinar has a plan to give the government less money. But guess what? The same $34.95 also defends your identity. They say it's not a matter of if your identity is going to get stolen, but when. Okay? It's not a matter of if your identity is going to get stolen. It's a question of when. So if you know your identity is going to get stolen and the probability is high, why not protect it? Okay? Credit cards, your social. There's $1 million policy wrapped into this $34.95. So if somebody ever got access to all your information, you don't have to panic until it's worked out. The ID Defender has your back. $34.95 covers this system called key logging. That's preventive maintenance. That's so people won't even get your information in the first place via some of the ways that they usually access it by computers and stuff like that. Credit card information. $34.95 includes Legal Club of America. Okay, this is discounted legal services. There are companies that out here that make millions of dollars just with this alone. It's included in your membership. Credit counseling and education. The free credit counseling and education is included. But for those of you that want to upgrade and actually get your credit restored, we actually have credit restoration. So let's make sure it's clear. We got some credit counseling that's free that will teach you. But we got credit restoration that you can upgrade and actually pay for. And when I tell you guys, you start seeing stuff get vacuumed off your credit, your cash flow goes up because guess what? Your interest rates go down. You see, when your cash flow is up and your interest rates are down, you can start putting you first. If you feel me, let me make sure you're paying attention. Type cash up, interest down. Cash up, interest down. So here's the first place we look, just so you guys are clear. The first place we're going to look to increase your cash flow is at the IRS. Let me show you guys something. The IRS said a long time ago, over 10 years ago, back in 2005, where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or your purse when you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck. In other words, guys, your refund comes from your wallet or your purse. They're not doing you a favor. See, your refund is the overpayment of taxes. Look at this. For the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. You might be using the extra withholding as a forced savings. Y'all know how it is. People wait till tax time and want to, cash in the big bonus check they're getting. They think it's a bonus, but it's really the money that the government's giving you back. But Uncle Sam does not pay interest on refunds, except in special circumstances. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. Let me say that again. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts may be a better option. Now, they can't tell you what to do with your money, just so you know. They gotta be politically correct. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna advise you exactly what to do with your money. Now, we don't invest it for you, but we're gonna teach you how to take the extra money that you're overpaying in taxes and pay your debt off. I want y'all to do me a favor. Type in the chat room, let Sam pay for it, okay? See, Uncle Sam should be paying your debt off, not you. Type that in the chat. Let Sam pay for it because he got you in it. So here's what we do. We're going to take, this is called snowballing your income. We're going to take the tax savings that we use via strategy. So let's say we save you $450 a month in taxes. We're going to take the $450 and start knocking your debt out. So let's say the $450 helps you pay off $864 a month in debt. Look, I want y'all to understand this. You haven't earned an extra dime yet. We're just getting the tax money back from the government, telling them no more. We're telling the banks, hey, here's the money from the government, because they're going to stop crisscrossing me, making me overpay everything. Then watch this. We're going to look at our expenses. Look in your checking account. See what's being drafted. See if you're watching HBO. Do you really need Starbucks every morning? Or if you went every other day, would that save you $20 a week? That's $80 a month. You see what I'm saying? That's over $800 a year. See, everybody has something small they can do. Now, the business income I'm about to show you comes into play when you start showing people strategy one, lowering your taxes, lowering your debt, lowering your expenses. When you show people, hey, man, let me show you something. I'm learning these strategies that wealthy people do. They don't get a tax refund. They get their money up front. They pay off the debt and snowball the tax refund. Then they lower their expenses. Now, if you show people that, let's just say you don't do too well in the business. Notice I said in the business, you don't do too well. You just make about $1,200 a month. Do you guys know we can take the money, strategy number 2 and strategy 1, and open up a new strategy called strategy number 3, which is investing. See, I need y'all to do me a favor. Type in, I want all 3 in the chat room. See, you got to attack your situation from all angles. The problem with most people is they try to get out of an income problem with a straight line. You got to put all three strategies on this situation, because guess what? It's 3 or 4 entities coming after you. You see? So we got to go get them. It's not hard. You got to understand strategy. So what we do on number 2, for those of you who want to join the business, there are a couple of reasons, not just the bonus checks I'm about to show you, but the strategy of a home-based business owner. Let me show you guys something real quick. If you show people how you create new cash flow, it automatically opens up a business for you. Automatically. Here's why. Now you become an educator. So now your business gets to work first, your business gets to spend second, and your business gets to pay taxes third. You see? See, any other, you got to work first, then you pay taxes second, and then you spend third. If you don't believe me, look at your pay stub at any job. See, the taxes come out first. When you have a business, you play by a different set of rules. You see, a business owner says, I get to work my business first. I get to spend on my business second, and then I get to pay my taxes last. Do you guys know that this alone, just this right here, this formula of paying your taxes last, puts the average person about $500 to $800 a month back in your pocket? $500 to $800 a month back in your pocket. You see? So now we work that money. Now let me show you guys something. This is important. You got to watch this slide very carefully. If you don't own a home-based business, let's say you make $50,000 a year on your job. You're taxed on the gross, which is about $18,000, because you're up there in the 28 to 33% tax bracket. So after 50 grand, guys, you only take home about 32. And watch this. Then you pay the bills off the 32. You see? So most people wonder why they don't have enough to invest or take a vacation. It's because after the government and after the bills get paid, you kick in. So there's no money left. Now, if you open up a home-based business, the government says, hey, as long as you make a legitimate attempt to earn a profit, we'll let your square footage in your house, a percentage of it, be tax deductible. In other words, lower your taxes. Cell phone bill, utility bill, meals, entertainment, travel, mileage, the things that it took for you to make money now come out of your gross income. So if you make $50,000 on your job, but you're losing 18 in the business, now you get taxed on 32. You see? In other words, the government says, no, pay your bills first, because your home-based business is part of the reason you were able to get more money back on your job. See? So when you stop getting a tax refund, they put more money in your paycheck. Now all you're doing is showing them, hey, my business costs me, so tax me after my expenses. So guess what? Look at the difference between this guy, okay? He's only taxed on 32. This guy was taxed on 50. This guy is taxed on the gross. This guy is taxed on the net. That's what a home-based business allows you to do. So you roughly saved about $11,000 a year, okay, in taxes. That's about $900 a month, $225 a week. And guess what? All you got to do is keep the records that you are operating your business. Keep the records that you are operating your business. So this is our screenshot of our software. It's called the Cash Flow Manager. Okay, the Cash Flow Manager. We also have what's called a Cash Flow Strategist. Then we got your financial tools. So I want you to see what happens here. Do me a favor and type in the chat room, keep records. See, one of the ways to lower your taxes is to keep records. The government wants to see that you're making a legitimate attempt to own a business. You went to Red Lobster this week. The government just wants to know when, what you spent, with who, what for, where were you, right? Basic questions. What, when, where, how, why. You know what I'm saying? You drove 54 miles. Okay, no problem. This stuff up here is already populated for you in the app. All you do is click on it. Okay, it was approved by our IRS auditors. They approved our app for exactly what you need to know. Over here, you typed in, hey, I spend $34 a month in MyEcon. You click this button that says reoccurring, okay? Oh, it's not actually on the screen, but there's a button that's gonna say reoccurring on your actual app. And then every month, this reoccurs and lowers your taxes because it's an expense for your business. Now watch this. You start sharing how to lower your taxes. And this week you earn $1,853. So now you put that on the income side. 1853, MyEcon, bonus check, Atlanta, Georgia. Everything you do on the phone then automatically goes to a spreadsheet. Y'all don't hear me. The phone is with you while you're keeping your records. But while you're keeping your records, now all you do is keep the records and it transfers over where automatically. So now look at this. You can put this on a zip drive or just print it off. There's your Red Lobster meal for $35. There's your monthly fee of $34. There's your bonus check for $1,800. That's the $70 you spent. That's the $1,800 you made. But these expenses come out, so your taxes go down. And oh my goodness, there's the 54 miles you drove. Now you hand this to your CPA, send it to her on a zip drive or email, and you're done. And guess what? You got people getting bonus checks every single week for doing that. You got people every single week earning bonus checks. Here's why. Under our $99 special, every time 7 people take advantage of our membership, join your organization, we're going to show you how to earn a position where $500 is cut every single week. As many 500s as you like, as many 500s as you want to. How many people do you want to refer to or refer this business to is the question. So what am I saying, guys? I mean, I've been blessed and fortunate enough to have weeks where the 500s and the thousands added up so much that I got a $10,000 check in 1 week. So I want you guys to understand the 500 isn't just the check. Make sure this is clear. The 500 is the bonus. How big do you want your check to be? Okay, so it's serious. You can change your life this week if you take advantage of these strategies I'm teaching you. It's nothing like showing your former boss, like I did, that you can pull up on them. I did this over 20 years ago when I retired and make more money in a week than they're paying you all month. Make more money in a month than they're paying all year. Okay? When you get to this part in the presentation, you got to say to yourself, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. And put that in the chat room. I'm worth it. You're worth way more than anybody can ever pay you. But you don't understand it until you put a small investment in yourself and surround yourself with people who are going to teach you how to make it grow. You make sure you type that. I'm worth it. Because everybody on this webinar is worth it. Absolutely. Now, as I conclude, I want to show you this. Your residual income is going to get even bigger than your bonuses. See, we have everything that other people like. We got retail bonuses and stuff for you guys that like to share products and services with people. We got a vitamin that's unbelievable, helps to build your immune system. We have something called Sprayology that actually allows you to put some spray, literally homeopathic spray for a lot of different things under your tongue and help you with bone, joint aches and pains, mental clarity. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There's even one for sex drive. I'm just letting you know up front. You know what I mean? There's people that have trouble sleeping. One that helps them. There's a Sprayology for people with allergies. All kinds of cool things. All these different products, from the identity to the legal service to the cash flow manager to the Sprayology to the travel to the personal growth and self-development to the internet solutions. All of this adds to your residual check. We've even built relationships with online malls like Macy's, PetSmart, Barnes & Noble, okay? I mean, like 1.3 million different items in there where you get cash back when you shop from you. So if you believe you're worth it, why don't you go ahead and start shopping from you? That's the important thing here tonight, is to flip the mentality. Now, let me show you one more thing. This is important. The final strategy, within 9 months, you got to start investing. You got to start investing, okay? You got to start investing. Why is that important? Well, see, money pays a lower tax rate than labor. Money even pays a lower tax rate than a business. See, it's called capital gains, okay? Capital gains. In the chat room, I want you to type, I need CG. Everybody on this webinar needs some CG in your life. You need some capital gains in your life. That's what wealthy people do. See, you got to type in the chat. See, what I'm making you do is affirm these things. You need some CG. That's where money makes money. See, as long as labor is making money, you're always going to have to work. But the minute money starts making money, guess what? It never feels like work. So you need some CG. We're going to train you every step of the way on how to be successful. But what you got to get in your mind right now is that you got a decision to make. You got a decision to make. Am I a 3? Am I a 2? Or am I a 1? Do I want some CG in my life, some capital gains? Do I want some dividends in my life where companies cut me quarterly checks because I invested in their ideas? Do I want weekly money extra? Do I want monthly money to pay my residual debt with my residual bills? You got to make a decision. See, at number 3 says, you know what, Brian, I appreciate the webinar. It's not for me. I love my strategy. I don't need any more bills. Listen to the mentality. I don't need any more bills. That $34.95 is just too much. Okay, I hear you, number 3. You missed everything I said, but we're not in the convincing business. So number 3, we say thank you. And number 2 says, hey, I'm in. Shoot. Oh, let me make sure I clear this up here. $99 for the next 30 days and 30 days only. I can put some people in business for $99, which is like the equivalent of free. I'm in. Now, I don't know if I'm going to tell a whole bunch of people, Brian. I'm in mainly for my family. Let me get my household straight. And I pretty much just want the membership. Hey, number 2, welcome to the team. Congratulations. We welcome you to MyEcon. Why MyEcon? Because we focus on my economy, not the economy. You see, what's going on in your economy, number 2? That's all that matters. Help your family get straight. And number 1 says, Brian, you could have hushed a long time ago, man. When you told me you teach me how to take my tax refund and get rid of my car note, when you said you was going to teach me how to take my tax refund and invest that in my business and get rates of return on my business, I'm in. Not only am I in, I know people who want to do that. All right, number 1s, I feel you. I feel you. Stay with us, because what we're going to do is get you signed up as well. Get your website. We're going to give you a different level of training, though. Okay, we're going to give you a different level of training for number 1, because you actually want the bonuses. All right, so do me a favor in the chat room. I only want to hear from 2s and 1s only. All right, the person that put you on this webinar is watching. They know your name. Okay, just let them know in the chat room if you are a number 2, I'm in for the strategy, or if you're number 1, I'm in wholeheartedly. Okay, and that means you all the way in and want to build a business. All right, so put a number next to your name in the chat room. You got people all over this country making money. Why not you? So just do us a big favor. Put a number next to your name in the chat room. Let us know if you're number 2 or number 1. We're going to blast out a conference call number for you guys to hear us do a presentation and training on Sunday. A presentation and training on Sunday. And you need to go ahead and get with the person that put you on this webinar and get your username and password. Excuse me. Username and password tonight. All right. My name is Brian Bean. I'll talk to you guys and give you an update via webinar and or a conference call on Sunday. But on Sunday, we will do something for you people, for your guys who are brand new, and we will train everybody this coming Sunday. God bless. You guys have a good night. I see you, number 1s. I see you. I see all the number 1s in the building. I still see you. I appreciate you. I want to shout out all the cities, man, making it happen. Really, really and truly making it happen. Philadelphia, making it happen. New York, making it happen. I heard about you up there, Shiz, making it happen. Carolina, Marcus, making it happen. Mr. Simon, Mentor by Kiamber, making it happen. Hi, Zeke, where you at? Making it happen. All you guys in these different cities, man, keep making it happen. Look at all these number 1s. Keep making it happen. You guys are going to hear from a lot of different leaders all across this country. And when I tell you guys, they're ready to help you, they're ready to help you. And the good news, here's the good news. It's all ages, young, old, older, middle. I just want you guys to know, I don't see anything but number 1s in here, man. Make it happen. Continue to make it happen. Who else we got out there in the chat? Okay, I see Shiz. I popped on. I missed his name earlier. I see Tracy. What's up, Carvel? Chicago. Miss UJ, I see you out there as well. Roxanne, Halima, Atlanta, Georgia. What's up, Miss Sabor? Samuel, Pat, Delicia, Kimberly. I see all y'all, man. I think I saw my main man Shy earlier. Lamar, what's going on? Quiet Storm, congratulations on all your success, man. Mia, Crystal, Christy, Tracy, all 1s and 2s. All right, I just making sure I saw the right numbers, man. Y'all keep it rolling.